It wasn't the brightest of starts for Ainsley when they hosted Sydney University at Allen Oval, with Lewis Stevenson pouncing on an error to register the first goal of the game within 25 seconds. With the top 4 berth up for grabs, the Students were on top early and slammed on 5 goals to none in the opening term to race to an early 38-point lead. It took until the 10-minute mark of the second for Nick Salter to finally put the tricolours on the board, but by that stage Sydney Uni were 46 points clear. Josh Bennett managed 2 goals for the term as the home side drew to within 35 at the main break. But it would be as close as they would get as the engine room of Stevenson, Tom Young and Matt Rawlinson kept Ainsley at bay. It wasn't to be the perfect send-off for Clint Mathis in his 100th and final game for the Tricolours, as the Students managed 11 separate goal kickers and a comfortable 45-point victory. A number of Riverina draft hopefuls had their chance to shine when the UWS Giants battled Eastlake at Robertson Oval in Wagga on Saturday. With plenty of locals among the Giants' top-ups and the Demons well represented with Harry Himmelberg, Dan O'Connell and Nick Plemming in their ranks, the match reflected the terrific growth of the region. On the field, the ladder-leading UWS Giants picked up where they left off in recent weeks, again leaving their opponents chasing heels in the first quarter. The Demons kept up the pace in wet conditions in the second, but still trailed by 35 points at the main break. A further 6 goals to 1 in the third put the result beyond doubt, as they kept Eastlake goalless in the last on their way to a 93-point victory. With Sydney Uni making a charge for the top 4, it was an important clash for the Swans when they came up against Brisbane at the SCG. Sydney did the bulk of the damage early but didn't do themselves any favours with bad accuracy in front of goal.
Right, though, one behind.
They turned a 30-point quarter-time lead into 42 at half-time, but with a return of 5-17 to 0-5.
50, the left footer moves in and just offline again.
The Lions didn't score a goal until Luke McGuan broke the drought at the 6-minute mark of the third, reducing the margin to 34 points.
Has kicked the Brisbane Lions' first goal of the game. Alas, the Lions, they've kicked a goal.
But the Swans restored the momentum heading into the last when they blew the margin out to 47.
Shot on goal from Peris. He's got 2 in a short space of time, Lloyd Peris.
Brisbane kicked 2 in a row to start the final term, including one from Zach O'Brien, who put on a masterclass through the midfield.
Advantage play. This could be the Lions' 4th goal here. It is.
O'Brien amassed 50 disposals, 10 clearances, 10 inside 50s and 10 marks for the Lions to be the shining light in a 45-point loss. It was now or never for the Southport Sharks as they battled Redland in the hopes of keeping their finals chances alive at Tidball Park. Needing a win to make up some ground with the Bombers in 6th place, the match was an arm wrestle from the opening bounce. Jared Brennan kicked off the contest with a burst of 2 goals in a row within 3 minutes, but the Bombers hit back to trail by only 8 at quarter time. Jack Anthony was on fire early, with his 4th goal handing the Sharks a 16-point advantage midway through the second. Redland kicked 3 in a row to hit the front by a point, before Ben Merritt gave his side a lift heading into the main break. The Sharks saved their most damaging period for the third quarter, but they slammed on 7 goals to 1, including 3 from Rob Clements for the term, to open up a match-winning 41-point lead at the last change. They led by 58 when Jason Burge goaled at the 6-minute mark of the last, before the Bombers made a charge with 7 of the final 8 goals of the game to reduce the final margin to 22 points. Another finals challenger in Gold Coast sensed a big opportunity when they hosted NT Thunder at Metricon Stadium on Saturday afternoon. They had the second place Thunder on the ropes early, getting off to a flying start with the first 4 goals of the game.
Smith, Eilert applied the tackle down, he sharks it. Which way does it bounce? And that's a third.
Spearhead Darren Ewing got the NT on the board at the 27-minute mark to reduce the deficit to 20 points at quarter time.
Good as goal. He goes around and kicks a goal.
Gibson Turner and Chris Dunn booted consecutive goals to start the second, but Zach Smith and Tyrone Downey restored the momentum for the Suns in an even quarter.
Zach Smith picks it up, goes down and wheels around and kicks it.
Thunder continued to reel Gold Coast in after the main break, twice reducing the margin to a goal or less, with Dunn's classy goal on the siren lifting their spirits.
And after the siren, Chris Dunn narrows the margin to 4 points.
Thunder hit the front for the first time in the match, with Ewing's fourth at the 4-minute mark of the final term.
NT Thunder, they're in front.
They led by 14 when Turner sealed the contest in time on, before Downey's fifth reduced the final margin to 9 points in the shadows of full time. Thunder's victory gives them a 4-point gap in second place in the all-important race to secure a home final, while Sydney holds on to fourth ahead of Sydney University in fifth. Redland remains in sixth, but the challenges keep coming, with Southport and Gold Coast only a game behind. To round 18, and Brisbane will host Gold Coast at Coorparoo before Sydney Uni and Aspley go head-to-head in a blockbuster clash at Henson Park. Eastlake and Ainslie battle in Canberra, with NT Thunder hosting Southport and Alice Springs, and the UWS Giants to take on Redland at Spotless Stadium. Keep up to date with all the latest news at neefl.com.au and download our official Neefl app for live scores and champion data statistics.